So I think we can start. And first of all, I want to thank everyone who joined us today. Thank you for joining. Let me introduce myself. First of all, my name is Vadim Bolotnov, and I'm Technical Operations Director here at NGN Bahrain. I hope you had a very good day and you will enjoy our today's discussion with our partner, Aerom Technologies. Today here with us, Irina Latushkina, Chief Business Development Officer. Hi, Irina. And Pavel Melnichenko, Chief Technology Officer.
Hello, one more time.
Yes, so they're going to tell us about their mobile transaction authentication signature platform, PayConfirm. But before going to that, I'd like to give a small intro for our today's webinar. So I don't want to talk a lot how this current situation affected our lives and how digital transformation had a giant push by the current outbreak and other COVID responsive measures. But simply saying, it was a stress test for all of us, and there was no early adopters, there were no early adopters, I forgot this word, laggers, adopters, majorities, yes. So there were no adopters, there were no majorities, and there were laggers. There were just people, and we all had to respond to this test. So we had to respond as individuals, first of all, and we have to start using new services, start to use new channels, work from home, meet from home our clients, and sometimes even buy cars or properties online. And this was quite new for all of us and stressful. And sometimes we got positive response. We got our service in a good way. But sometimes, frankly speaking, even for me, it was a disaster. And I think we all know why, because we were simultaneously, we had another battle, which was more challenging. And as a service providers, we had to quickly transform our IT systems to give us remote access. We had to execute our business continuity plans, which sometimes were not suitable to operate 1 or 2 months. And we had to transform our business processes, keeping in mind, first of all, security and compliance, because some of our clients had a very tough external regulation and compliance. But being as a large IT company here at NGN, we've gone through a lot of challenges of our clients from finance, retail, and telco industry. And some of them is, for example, traffic have moved from branches to online and mobile applications, which could not just withstand this new load. And call center was overoccupied, and even the questions from the customer were different now, so they didn't have the answers. So how to make customer aware of new procedures and new products remotely, how to onboard new customers and provide new services to the existing ones before they go to the competitors, and how to authorize transactions that sign the documents easy and insecure way. So these are some of the questions and concerns of those days. And as NGN, we were always a digital enabler for our clients, but at this time, we have to be very quick, we have to be to act remotely, and we have to be very flexible in terms of pricing, of course. So that's why we introduced our work from home, and then later on our anti-crisis and lead the future portfolios, specifically answering the current clients' needs. And I have a quote here of Sandy Shen, who is a senior director analyst at Gartner, who said about this: "This is a wake-up call for organizations that have placed too much focus on daily operational needs at the expense of investing in digital business and long-term resilience. Business that can shift technology, capacity, and investments to digital platforms will mitigate the impact of the outbreak and keep their companies running smoothly now and over the long term." So all these changes led us to important questions. Are digital banking, payments, trading platforms, and other customer-facing systems robust and resilient? And third and second, are they secure enough and at the same time can handle users' transaction in the easy way? So that's why today we have Aerom Technology with us, and we will discuss the aspects of transactional security in digital banking and retail, and how these insecurities of traditional transactional authentications, such as OTPs and SMS, if I'm not mistaken, can be, let's say, broken, and we will demonstrate the advanced alternative, a mobile transaction authentication signature platform. So I'm glad to pass my word to Irina, who will tell us more about the digital platform PayConfirm.
Thank you. Thank you, Vadim, for the introduction and such topic introduction. So if you don't mind, I will share my screen with the deck and will share with you some slides.
Yes, sure. Just while you are sharing, I wanted to give some like technical details. So we are going to use a small poll during our webinar. So you'll have a pop-up screen. Just try to vote and select an option. If you have any questions, you can write them in the chat section, but please select to all participants and attendees, and we will answer questions after the presentation. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So do you see my screen?
Yes, I can see it, but maybe, yeah, you can, okay, make it a slideshow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Full screen is much better, I think. Okay, if you don't mind, I will switch out the video just to make, not to bother you watching the deck, I would say. So here we are. During this COVID time, actually, some of our clients in Southeast Asian region, they told us that they would like to focus mostly on their operational side during this pandemic time. And that is quite obvious, definitely. But at the same time, we think that we have a solution that may help our clients to keep your clients and continue operations in digital. So today we're going to talk about that. But before, I would like to introduce our company because I'm not sure that everyone was with us last time.
Yes, so, sure, please.
Yeah. Okay. So Aerom Technologies is a developer of cybersecurity solutions. Our primary focus is on banking and financial sector. We have a headquarters in Singapore and very strong Russian roots. Behind, we have 10 years of experience, and I would say that over 65 banks already use our technology. And while we have a very strong Russian roots, I would say that our general markets in the past, well, the Russian markets in particular, and East European in general. So while our solution is applicable to a variety of clients, absolutely independently from their size, I would emphasize that at the same time, 8 of top 10 banks in Russia use our solution. And for this, actually, for this solution, we have about 5 industry awards. So let me turn closer to the topic. You know, COVID-19 crisis affected our lives and actually the way we do everything. We do shopping, we got services, and actually the way we bank. Right before this pandemic, I had a conversation with one of my friends, and I said, "Why? Just tell me why why should I go to bank office, to branch office, while there are so many technologies to perform banking services in digital? And my friend told me that, well, probably, you know, for many financial institutions, such kind of way to work through branch office, it's a part of a ceremony, it's a part of honor to you as a client. And I said, oh, come on, real honor and real respect is to give a chance to work remotely and to bank everywhere and probably never at a bank. And in this perspective, we try to define key points of the ideal bank. So how do you imagine an ideal bank? Well, first of all, from the point of client, this is a bank working with which I don't need to wait and to waste my time attending a branch office. Really, for those who are younger than 40 years old, maybe, that is really very, very hot criteria. And when I don't need to come to a branch office, I need an opportunity to pass digital identification without any walk to anywhere. I need omni-channel communication with my bank. So if I would like to talk to my bank through WhatsApp, why not? If I would like just to make a call, why not? An ideal bank is the one that provides me with such an opportunity. So one of the key points is security, because when I would like to trust my bank all my money, I would like to be sure that all my money are well protected and protected in a secure way. And here what we see is what we need as well is mobility, because actually everything we have today we have in our smartphone. Just imagine, it's not only work or communication, it's also money, it's also schedule, it's also news, it's healthcare records, everything. In other words, I would say that a smartphone has become a kind of a key to the digital world. So in this perspective, we feel very curious why not all the banks use a smartphone as a key to their digital services. Because in country, what we see using digital bank and getting a lot of digital services, bank services, are the following classical ways of transaction confirmation. Just login and password, scratch cards, OTP generators, USB tokens, still USB tokens and smart cards, or SMS and push codes, SMS, OTP, or push codes. I would say that all of these ways are unacceptable, and they're unacceptable today because of several. I will try to show you these reasons. Reason number one is that, you know, all of these methods, they are not user-friendly. Just imagine, when we're talking about even SMS, OTP, or push codes, and just OTP in general, actually I spent up to 30 seconds to retype these one-time passwords from one field to another. That is too much. That is really too much. And I even don't talk about hardware-based solutions like USB tokens and smart cards. The second point, I would say, is one of the most critical points, is security. Probably you can be surprised, but all the methods mentioned here, all of them, they're not secured enough to protect your clients from the most popular ways to take money by hackers, really. In terms of SMS, OTP, and push codes, there are really a lot of security cases connected with the vulnerabilities of SS7 protocol, that is in the basis of SMS messaging, SIM swap attacks. But moreover, actually, in general, users are not very much attentive, and definitely, in many cases, they can become a victim of phishing, of social engineering techniques, and many, many others. And if you don't trust me, just let me show you some news. For example, February last year, very, very big hackers attack at Metro Bank in the UK. So criminals, they used the vulnerability of SS7 protocol to intercept one-time passwords and to get money of these bank clients. And I would say that it's not the only one case. We have a long, long list of such cases. For example, one more case in Germany. Many German banks decided to move away from SMS-based one-time passwords. And actually, if we think that it's all about SMS and push, that's not exactly so. In the end of last year, in December, there was a big hackers attack. So hackers bypassed security by RSA, OTP generators. So, there are really lots of techniques how to do that. And if you think that these cases, they are far from the Gulf region or Middle East in general, actually, I'm sure that you know that in your region, there are also quite lots of them in media fields. So from country to country, from region to region, on the governmental level, they try to struggle with this type of attacks, implementing new directives and new local governmental requirements. For example, in the European region, they have PSD2 directive, Payment Service Directive, the second version. And one of the key things in this PSD2 directive is the list of requirements to secure client authentication. And if you just have a look, take a look at the list, you will see that not only SMS OTP, but OTP in general are supposed to be non-compliant from the new year in accordance with the new directive. That is about Europe. And the key reason why they would like to move away from this type of transaction confirmation is that when you use OTP actually is not strictly connected with the exact transaction details. And that's the real pain in terms of security. So the third pain point is all the ways of transaction confirmation that were mentioned above, they're all quite costly. Even SMS OTP, I'm even not talking about any hardware-based solutions. So we have a solution. We cover all of these pain points in terms of security, user experience, and cost efficiency for you as a bank. This solution is called PayConfirm, and today I hope that we'll have a chance to show you how it works, so you will see how easy it is and how secure it is. So PayConfirm is a software platform. It is used to confirm or authenticate any type of operations in digital. This can be login operation, this can be money transfer operation, this can be any electronic document signing, for example, maybe electronic credit application, for example. So lots of cases where it is applicable, but in 2 words, it is used to provide you with a good and strong protection and the point of, in terms of security, at the point of transaction confirmation. So, as I mentioned, we developed this solution based on 3 pillars: security, user experience, and cost efficiency. So goal number 1, and one of the greatest goals, was to create the solution that can be really the most secure tool. So in PayConfirm, we don't use any messaging methods like SMS, push codes, or anything of this type, because we just do not trust them. And I would say that we even don't trust smartphone manufacturers themselves. But what we trust in is a strong cryptography. So PayConfirm is based on asymmetric cryptography. PayConfirm consists of client-server architecture, which means, and that is really very important because in this case, we have a chance to implement a very specific way of key distribution. I'm not going to go deep into technology, but the key idea is that all the confirmations are produced on the client side, unlike to many OTP solutions. And this is very important because even in a case of any hacker's attack to your servers, clients can be secured because no opportunity to use any transaction without their interaction. So besides, we have lots of security, and For example, you can collect lots of information about your clients in terms of security. For example, you can get to know whether your client's device are malware or not, jailbreak or not, the actual location, geolocation. All this information can enrich your fraud monitoring system and will help you to score the risk of every operation. I think that we will focus on this topic within the demonstration. So goal number 2 was to create the simplest tool to confirm transactions in any channel. So as I mentioned, PayConfirm has client-server architecture, and it is totally embedded, integrated into your system. So on the server side, you integrate the server, and here embed the mobile SDK into your banking mobile app. After that, from the point of client experience, it will look like this. I generate an operation in internet banking, or maybe I create a transaction in mobile bank, or maybe I would like to withdraw money interacting with ATM, no matter. I will receive a notification and full transaction details right in your banking app with our PayConfirm on board. I will see all the details, and what I need to do is just to tap confirm or decline, just in one tap. Looks really very easy, just one tap, nothing more. And even when the internet connection is not stable, anyway, your clients will have an opportunity to confirm their operations in digital. And as I mentioned, we prefer to go as a white label scheme, which means that your clients, they don't need to use any third-party solutions like standalone solution. They can confirm all the operations right in your banking mobile app. And it's really very easy for you, even for you, to integrate this solution into your mobile banking app. For example, now the record time of proof of concept integration, both on server and client side, was 4 hours only. I don't know any other solution that can be integrated so fast. Definitely, it's not a regular story, but it's a kind of a record, and it sounds really very good. The third pain point, cost efficiency. Well, I would say that this works not for all the projects. But in general, for medium projects and big projects, usually our clients economize up to 30% in their annual costs that they used to have using the classical solutions. And what is really important by PayConfirm that you can implement it once and use for many cases, many financial cases. That can be internet banking for login and transaction confirmation. This can be mobile banking operations. This can be interaction with ATM without plastic, so-called cardless ATM. This can be any card not presented operation where you can replace SMS OTP with this way of transaction confirmation. And in general, you can interact with your clients remotely, give them an opportunity to make any application remotely and sign it with PayConfirm. I promised here in the early beginning that we're not going to focus only on one point. We realize that such kind of mobile transaction authentication signature is just a small part, but we would like to provide here the full stack technologies. So we have PayConfirm KYC, and this is what may help you to identify your clients remotely, and then provide your clients with a digital signing solution and work with them remotely in all the ways. Just imagine, you can get document recognition, face recognition, and in the whole process, it may look like this. For example, I'm a new client of your bank, and I would like to become, to get onboarded. So I can scan my passport, I can take a selfie with a liveness test, we'll upload it on your server side and provide your client the digital signature solution on the basis of PayConfirm. And after that, I'm already onboarded and I can use any service of your bank, even without visiting the branch office. So let's try to build this bridge over the offline gap together. We would be more than happy to assist you with this. And what we would like to actually to do, we would like to help you to let your clients stay at home with their families and do what they want and when they want and come to a branch office, even in a case they would love to. So at this point, I would like to thank you for your attention, and I would like to pass a word to Pavel. I think this is a right point to turn to the demonstration firstly to demonstrate SMS interception, and then also demonstrate the way we do it with PayConfirm. I mean, confirm operations, onboard clients, and all that.
Yes, thank you, Irina, for this very, I would say, simple and for me as a client, very meaningful presentation and topic, because I'm staying in Bahrain for 5 years and I'm actively using 2 banks, and both of them, they are using SMS OTPs, and one of them, I don't want to say the name, even using email OTP, which for me it's quite 100% insecure, because it's enough to let's say to intercept one device, which is my PC, to get my password and then get my email OTP as well. And I can compare it with Russian banks, and I see that they're quite advanced, and I think I can recognize your service in many of them, which I'm also using. So I think before we proceed with Pavel, we wanted to run the survey. So I would like to ask our assistant to Yes, so now you can see it on your screen. So the poll is, do you use SMS OTPs or push to authorize transactions? I think we can address it both to the, mostly we are looking for responses for the banks and organizations, but if you want, you can also vote if you are using it as a client. So we will wait for our guests to vote for some time. By the way, I was always wonder about this. Yeah, it seems that 100% of our guests are using
participants. Wow.
Yes.
I think we should show the demonstration of SMS codes interception, because it's really very, very obvious after watching this short video that we are all at risk.
Yeah, but I want to give a disclaimer that we never recommend anyone to do any malicious actions or intercept any unauthorized actions. So please don't repeat this. So Pavel.
So, okay, yeah, this is very surprising results that 100% of our
from this.
Do not use SMS one-time password or push notifications. That's all. There are a lot of techniques to do this in the most secured way. I think we should go to demonstration, yeah, how our solution works, and to prove Irina's words about that it's simple and it's secure and all of this. So, do you see my screen?
Yes, yes, I see your screen. I just wanted to remind our guests that they can send their questions to all panelists and attendees through the chat. And later, after we finish with the presentation, we will try to answer all those questions.
Okay, nice. So we are going to our demo. I will start from registration process. As Irina said, not so long time ago, we implemented eKYC process with our platform, with PayConfirm. And Irina showed briefly in her slides how easy to do to be registered in some system. So I will start from this process. I will register myself with my documents, and after this I will show you how to confirm transactions with our solution. So our demo built like online banking. In the web application, you can see like an emulation of online banking, and on the right side you see my mobile phone that will be used to registration, to confirm transactions, and all of these things. We built our demo like online banking because of it's easier to show what's happened under the hood when we show some processes. All of this functionality, you should understand that all of this functionality can be implemented right in your mobile application. It's not necessary to split functionality in two parts. It can be splitted, but if you want, it can be all inside your mobile app. So it's just for demo purposes. So our registration process starts with provide email because of our solution. Our demo use email address like a user's identifier. I will provide my address and press start. And on mobile phone, I scan this QR code, and it offers me to register myself with my documents, with liveness detection, with documents recognitions, and if all will be okay, documents will be recognized. Our server side will decide that this is yes, live person in front of mobile phone, and after this, user will be, me as a user will be registered, and I will be able to use this demo portal like an application. So let's start it. The first step, we will take 2 short videos to make a liveness detection, that to be sure that in front of mobile phone, this is not a photo from Facebook, you know, or from some social media, to detect that me, it's a live person. So it looks like I just smile, and that's all. I'll take a selfie. Yes, it's me. And after this, I will provide my documents, photo of my ID, to identify myself like a legal entity. So I will photo my passport. I will ask my colleagues to cut it on the result video. Okay. This is my passport. Yes, and after this, I send my data to be analyzed. It will take a few seconds to be analyzed, this video. We will wait a little bit.
So the other, it detects not only Russian passports, right? So
yes, of course. We can,
documents.
yeah, of course, we can proceed about 8,000 of different documents. So as you see, mobile application received notification that status of my data has been changed. It means that analysis was finished. So I can see details, and here we can see that everything is okay. Account was created on a backend, and after this, I can personalize my device with my personal key set to confirm transactions, to be authenticated, and all of this. So I will take a name of my record. I choose which which additional authentication level I will use when I use my mobile application. I will use fingerprint. I provide my fingerprint, and that's all. As you saw, it's very, very simple, and it took about 2 minutes to be authenticated, registered, verified, and all of this. And after this, I use provided email to authenticate myself. And you can see that on my mobile phone, there is a new notification that I have one operation to confirm. Our demo portal asks me to confirm that I want to log in into this demo, and this is transaction confirmation process. Actually, for us, login operation is just specialized type of transaction. So the only thing I have to do is just press confirm button. That's all. And here you can see that our demo portal says me hello with my surname, name, and my father's name. All of this data was provided by KYC processing after documents recognition. Actually, all of the details of document was recognized. So my birthday, where I was born, where do I live, and all of this. But here we use just in our demo, just my name. And if we press here checkbox show with details, we can see what's happened under the hood when I press confirm button. So here you can see that transaction with this content was created. Here is information about user who will confirm this operation. There is most interesting thing, it's a public key that will be used to verify a user. and this key was delivered here, was delivered to PayConfirm server during personalization process that was finished with KYC. Here you can see information about details and information that we send push notification. And here you can see digital signature that was provided when I pressed confirm button, and verification results and timestamp. And more of this, you can see transaction scoring details. So when I press confirm button, our solution collected a lot of information about, actually about 17 parameters about mobile phone, and made the analysis of this transaction. Is this device rooted or not? If some suspicious malware installed or not? If some suspicious behavior was detected on a mobile device, and created integrated risk level for this particular transaction. This means that this is like a trust level for this transaction. You receive not only digital signature that user really wanted to make this operation, but level of trust to this digital signature. And based on this level, you can decide to proceed this transaction or not. So here you can see raw information about mobile device, as I said, about 17 parameters, even the location. So we can see on the Google Maps from where transaction was confirmed. So as you see, I'm in Moscow in Russia now. And all of the network parameters, IP addresses, and so on. So it was about login process, and if we want to confirm some payment documents, here in our demo, you can see the pre-filled payment document. We just press sign it. And we see that we have one operation to confirm. We see all of the transaction details and press confirm button. It's very, very simple for end customer. And as you see, no any cost that can be dictated, no any information that can be intercepted. All of actions was made internally in mobile application without any one-time password sending. Sorry, incoming call. And moreover, based on risk level of operation, we can create the thing that can be called like adaptive authentication. For example, if some transaction, some operation for end customer is usual, is common, it can be, payment for apartment or payment for mobile network operator services. And this payment is like usual from time to time. And your system can, your backend system can think that this is low risk operation. We can try to confirm this operation automatically. So here in our demo, we have checkbox to demonstrate how it works. If we turn on this checkbox, PayConfirm will create transaction and will try to confirm this automatically. It means that PayConfirm will collect all of the information about device, will analyze it, and only if risk level for this particular transaction will be like no risk, this transaction will be confirmed automatically. For end user, it will look like I press confirm, and that's all. I even do not have to press confirm button, because for me it's a low risk level operation. Even if we turn off our application, it will look like I press sign, and that's all. I only will see information in my notification bar that one operation has been auto confirmed. That's all. So As you see, it's very, very easy. It's based on strong cryptographic techniques, on a device analysis, on a scoring for a particular transaction. It can be personalized remotely via electronic KYC and document recognition, and a lot of additional security biometrical techniques. But for end customer, it's like, hey, take a selfie and press one button to confirm. That's all. So on this step, I will finish my demonstration. If you will have any questions, please let me know. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Pavel, for this impressive demonstration. For me, it sounds really useful and easy to, and even if you take a screenshot of this transaction, I think hacker will not be able to do anything with it. So
he cannot press confirm button via screenshot. It's it's not useful at all.
Yes, exactly. So while we are waiting for questions from our attendees, we had received some question, and it says, is it correct to say that PayConfirm is applicable for any service performed in digital, or it is only for financial transactions?
No, you're completely right. PayConfirm is applicable for any digital service that needs the confirmation, transaction confirmation functionality. In our experience, we have projects in digital medicine, in government services, in electronic education. For example, when teacher has to assess attendees. So there is no any restrictions to use this service. But financial institutions like banks, they are very interested in this solution. That's why we're focusing on them.
Great. Irina, do you want to add something after Pavel's?
No, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Yeah.
Okay, we have another question. I think it was partially asked or already answered, but does it work for iOS and Android, and which versions are supported, and is it possible to confirm operations from your smartwatches?
Yes, all of the questions, yes. It absolutely can work on Android and on iOS. About versions, Android version from 4.4 and above, and iOS version 10 and above. And yes, confirmation can be created via smartwatches. I can demonstrate it to you if you have a little bit time. So yes, it can be done. How do you think? Should I demonstrate it?
Yeah, why not? I think we have a couple of minutes because we started.
Yeah. Okay.
Later.
So, but I will have to show. I will have to show my watches like this. Sorry.
No problem.
I will demonstrate my screen. Yeah. So here we will create one more transaction. Sign it. And sorry, it was automatically confirmed. Yeah. Sign it. Just a second, I will receive notification on my Mac watches. Oh, it's like a general effect, because of I have no notification on my smartwatches. Just a second. Actually, as you can see on the screen, here is notification in Android notification bar that can be used to confirm or decline without opening application. I will press confirm, use my fingerprint, and transaction was confirmed. I will create one more transaction. Actually, I just think that my smartwatches doesn't receive notifications from.
I think that's okay.
So I will demonstrate it in a few minutes. We can proceed with some questions.
Yeah, we have two more questions from our bank. First, is it certified as 3D secure solution by Visa? And does it need this certification? And the second, how does it work offline?
About Visa certification, this solution doesn't have to be certified by Visa or MasterCard because of, when we're talking about 3D secure requirements from payment system, they tell that user have to be authenticated externally, but authentication methods can be different from one realization to another. For example, someone use SMS one-time password, someone use push notification, someone use long-time password, someone use like a scratch cards, someone use hardware tokens. It doesn't matter, and there are no restrictions to use solutions like this to authenticate user via your 3D secure or secure code.
Yeah, but as long as you have active customers and more than 50 banks are using it, I think there should not be a problem with Visa or MasterCard, because they are they're basically used with every bank. Okay, and what about the offline mode? How can it? Because for me, it's a really big challenge. Sometimes you wait for OTP for 1 minute, 2 minutes, and you don't know what will happen. Will it come or no? And then this mess. You press send one more code, and then 2 of them come simultaneously, and you don't know which to enter. So how it authenticates the user if the device is offline?
Let me show you. So actually, when we talked about previous question, I turned off notification on my smartwatches, so I can show you how it works. As I said, I press sign in. Sorry, because of my application was opened, it's already without notification. So I press sign in, and I see notification on my smartwatches. I don't know, I hope you can see this. So this is notification from smartwatches, and I can confirm, I can decline, or I can see on my smartwatches all of the transaction details, what I'm doing.
Can you move it up? Yeah.
Like this?
Yes.
Sorry, but I cannot see myself. So here I can see transaction details, and I can press confirm button on my smartwatches. But I still have to provide my fingerprint on my mobile device.
Yeah, because you are using 2 authentication.
Yes, because I picked that I want to use my fingerprint to authenticate transactions. So it looks like this. And when we're talking about offline mode, it will work like following. I will, on my demo screen, turn on airplane mode. After this, I press sign in. Sorry, my session was end. So I created one more transaction, and here is section if mobile device is offline. So my mobile device for now is in airplane mode. All that I do, I press button, scan QR code, and you see that I have scanned QR code with transaction details. I see complete transaction details on my mobile phone, and these details was provided via QR code. I press confirm button, and I have offline confirmation code that I have to provide here in web interface 62. Press confirm, and that's all. Transaction was confirmed. I'm in, and my mobile application still in airplane mode. So that's all.
That's actually easy.
Very easy.
And,
yeah, very easy.
So I hope we answered the question. I just asked my colleague to verify if there is any other question, because some of our colleagues are listening us through another platform because Zoom is not allowed in their network.
Actually, I see a few questions in Q&A sections, so maybe I can read it out.
Yes, I was not seeing it. So yeah, please.
Actually, colleagues ask us about telco reference, about telecom. In our experience, telecom business is not about, it's not about transaction confirmation, but we have a few projects when telecom operator wanted to be like a service provider to provide service for transaction confirmation like a cloud service. In these terms, solution can be used, but not for like internally telecom services. The next question: can you elaborate more on the technique used for authentication in your solutions? Actually, this is not short topic to discuss how our authentication works in details. We have a big technical deck for explanation how it works internally. But in two words, our application or mobile SDK that will be integrated into your mobile app holds user's private key. And when some transaction goes to be confirmed, at this step, all of the transaction details will be transferred from server side to mobile application. And here with this private key, digital signature, cryptographic digital signature will be generated. And this digital signature will be based on 4 components. Transaction details, of course, it will help us to answer the question which transaction will be confirmed. With a timestamp, it will help us to answer the question at which time this was confirmed. From which device, because of device fingerprint will be used to calculate digital signature. And of course, user's private key. It will help us to answer the question who confirmed this particular transaction. And when we press confirm button, as I said, digital signature was generated. And here you can see digital signature value. This is digital. This is like a real digital signature, and it was verified with the user's public key that was registered on the server side during personalization process. This is public key value. So in two words, it works like this. So I hope I answered your question.
Sorry, let us come back to the first question. I see that there is some adding about telco, as I see. So as about any telco reference, not quite exactly sure, but they read that they have wallets. So maybe in this perspective, well, in 2 words, actually, let me maybe add some words on this topic. As Pavel mentioned, you know, in telco, we need to understand what kind of case we would like to cover with this solution. Definitely, we would be really glad to cooperate in any way. If you have a wallet, I think that's yeah, that can be also if you have wallet and if you need a solution that will help you to confirm, that will help your clients to confirm transactions in digital in a secure way, we would be more than happy to assist you with this.
Yes,
maybe
here
Pavel will more.
I think here in Bahrain, 2 or maybe 3 of telcos, they have wallets when you can, let's say, assign your card, banking card, and you can pay with this wallet by scanning a QR code at the merchant site. So I think this is something that can be used for this case.
Oh, if we are talking about digital wallets, yes, of course, because of digital wallet, it's like a remote banking system in, you know, in some specialized use cases. In this case, yes, of course, a solution can be useful too. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just discuss in more details maybe afterwards after this web session together with Anjian team and our technical team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, following question, can KYC be integrated with other government system? Yes, of course. During KYC, we can make additional steps like, you know, like additional checks using some external databases. For example, for validity of documents or comparing photo provided by a customer with a photo of this person in some government database. Yes, of course, we have a lot of cases in these terms, and KYC can be tuned for your exact requirements. So. Of course, and the next question about AML, anti-money laundering security. I think this question about integration with this similar question that about integration with government database. Databases. So as I said, a KYC process can be tuned for your requirements. If you want to make some additional checks where KYC, yes, of course, it can be done. So,
thank you, Pavel. Thank you for answering all the questions. We are a bit running out of time, and I just want to thank all our participants who actually gave us more of their time. It's a great pleasure to have all of you and had such an interactive discussion with so much questions. And we can stay for a couple of minutes for those who still want to wait and ask more questions. But I think we can let's say wrap up our official part. And I thank all of us, all of our participants and speakers today for a great discussion and for this fruitful, let's say, knowledge and information about your platform. And I'm really impressed about the solution. As a client, I wish we have not 100% of banks using OTPs, but let's say at least 50 till our next webinar.